If you want to get photography clients from Google, there are three things that you need. Number one, location-specific blog posts. Number two, a Google business profile. And number three, patience. We're also going to talk about something that I recommend you avoid, so stick around till the end of the video to hear that. Location-specific blog posts are key when it comes to showing up in Google search results. If you think about how a potential client is using Google, they're probably searching for something like Nashville wedding photographer, Bay Area brand photographer, right? They are looking in their location. My SEO strategy as a photographer is essentially to show up for as many of these keyword searches as possible. Now, these blog posts are a little bit different from what you want the homepage of your website to show up as. For me, my homepage for the longest time wanted to rank for Bay Area brand photographer because that's where, at the time, I was growing my brand photography business. But for blog posts, I want to get a lot more specific. I don't want it to be as general as Bay Area brand photographer. I might get even more specific, like San Jose brand photographer. Or if we want to dial it in even more, San Jose brand photographer for real estate agents. This is just the first example that came to mind because I work with a lot of real estate agents. The more specific you can be, the better. This might seem counterintuitive because there are not going to be as many searches for that versus Bay Area brand photographer, but if you are able to show up as the first result for something that highly specific in your potential client's eyes, they're going to be like, oh, this person showed up for exactly what I'm looking for. Let me go ahead and click. My favorite part about blogging as a form of marketing is it is relatively low lift once you understand the process. There is a bit of tech and admin work to actually publish the blog post, make sure your images and photos are formatted correctly, make sure your blog post is search engine optimized. But I find blogging to be a much easier strategy to plan and execute than a full-on Instagram marketing strategy. On Instagram, you have to show up pretty much every day consistently, and I don't have time for that. With blogging, yes, you do need to be consistent, but it doesn't have to be nearly at the same volume as with being on a social media platform. What I'm saying is your time investment goes so much further with blog posts than with something like Instagram, because once you write the blog post and once you've optimized it, that blog post lasts pretty much forever. Some of my most popular blog posts I published in 2018, they were for college graduation photos, and I still get inquiries to this day. I don't even live in California anymore. I don't even really do college graduation photos anymore, but I'm still getting inquiries from this one blog post. So to get started with blogging, I like to make it relatively easy, relatively low lift. Let's go through your portfolio of your 2 to 3 most recent sessions. And these don't have to be paid sessions if we're not at that point yet. Some of my first blog posts were TFP, meaning trade for portfolio. I didn't get paid for them. I reached out to a model on Instagram. I said, hey, I really want to go check out this park. Do you want to go? And they came, they modeled, I took photos, I wrote a blog post about it. I did this strategically though, because I picked parks that I wanted to keep shooting at so that I could try and rank for that keyword. You can seriously write a blog post for every single session that you've ever done. A secondary benefit of writing blog posts for every session, let's say you have somebody that reaches out and asks you, hey, have you ever shot at this venue before? And you have a blog post specific to that venue, you can say, yes, here's the link to my blog post. It's a double win because you are answering the potential client's question and they're going to visit your website, just extra SEO juice. I have used this a lot in the past because I get inquiries like, have you ever worked with a jewelry brand before? I have several blog posts of me working with jewelry brands, so I can send them directly to that link. Now, let's say you are killing it with your marketing and you have blogged every single client session you've ever done. Well, what do we do now once you've blogged every single session you've done? You can do what I like to call a roundup post. So as I mentioned earlier, I work with a lot of real estate agents. A blog post that I can now create is a roundup post of branding photo inspiration for realtors. I have also done this for coaches. My blog post is called Brand Photo Inspiration for Coaches. This blog post is now one of my top performing blog posts because there are a lot of coaches online looking for brand photos, inspiration, and ideas. To get into the habit of blogging as part of your marketing strategy, I recommend starting with a limited time period. I'm not telling you have to blog every single week for the rest of your life. That would be a lot, but start with something small, maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months. Say you'll blog once a week or every other week. This is still going to pay off in the long run because the sooner you publish a blog post, the sooner you can start showing up in Google search results. And blogging has a compounded effect. The longer you have these blog posts published, the older your blog posts are, the more it is going to pay off for you in the long term. Next thing that you need to get photography clients from Google is a Google business profile. You've definitely seen these before when you are Googling local restaurants and the little sidebar shows up next to your Google search. That box is a Google business profile. With your Google business profile, you can collect reviews, you can also upload photos and make text posts. The reason you want to have this Google business profile is so that you have the opportunity to show up, taking up all of that real estate on half of the browser window. This takes up a whole lot more space than the regular text links, and it gives you the opportunity for your photos to show up on the sidebar as well. This also gives you the chance to show up on the map if people are using the map to search for local photographers. I will leave the link below to go create one if you haven't already. It's a pretty straightforward process. It'll walk you through step by step. There's also the step where they will probably send you a postcard to verify that you are a real business. This just helps Google prevent spam. Just do it. Once you have your Google business profile, I highly recommend that you use it to start collecting reviews. If you are already collecting reviews and testimonials, awesome. What I want you to do is go ask your clients to leave that review on your Google business profile. Build this request for testimonials into your client process so that they get an email or an ask from you shortly after they receive their gallery while they're still excited. You want to make it as easy as possible for your clients to leave a review so that they actually go do it and you can start building your credibility through your Google business profile. The next thing you need to get photography clients from Google is patience. I am 100% serious about this. Google is the long game. Search engines are the long game. You cannot expect to publish a blog post and then have it start showing up tomorrow. That's probably not going to happen. You need months and sometimes years to start showing up higher in Google search results. I've mentioned it in previous videos, but I started taking my blogging seriously around 2019, and it started to pay off in mid-2021. So that's 2 years of blogging. I cannot emphasize this enough. The sooner you start, the better. In the grand scheme of things, not a lot of photography business owners are utilizing blog posts to market their business. This is a huge chance for you to differentiate yourself and get in front of a lot of people who are using Google to find their photographer. This is a screenshot from my CRM of my own analytics. Around 50% of my website inquiries come from Google, and this still isn't all-inclusive because sometimes people will directly email me and that's not tracked here. So when it comes to search engine optimization, there are some technical things that you need to do to your website and to your images to maximize your chance of showing up on search engine results. I generally do not recommend that photographers hire an SEO agency or a marketing agency to do this for you. You can do it yourself, I promise. It is honestly not worth paying a monthly fee for SEO management or upkeep. I have a lot of really strong opinions about this. Of course, there are going to be outliers and there are good marketing agencies out there, but I strongly, strongly believe that you should know at least the basics of SEO so that when you go hire someone, you can verify that they are actually doing something and not like scamming you. One way to vet an SEO agency is if you are paying them a monthly fee and they are not creating blog posts or new content on your website for you, that is a red flag. So keep an eye out for that. If you are interested in outsourcing your SEO, make sure they're actually creating new content for you. If you do want to learn how to do your search engine optimization by yourself, I teach this inside of my course, SEO for Creatives. It is only a one-time fee. There is not a monthly payment, and I break down all of the basics step by step, even if you don't consider yourself to be a techie person, so that you can do it yourself. Another thing that I teach in this course that I think gets left out of a lot of SEO education is how to actually write the copy for your homepage. It is more than just cramming a bunch of like keywords into it. There's a way to do it so that it's a pleasant user experience and it feels like a human versus some robot doing your SEO. There is a way to do it to infuse your personality and still be search engine optimized. I also have a handy dandy checklist so you can make sure that you've taken care of everything that you need to for your SEO. I will leave the link for my SEO for Creatives course in the description. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next video where I'm talking about how to get clients from Pinterest. I'll see you there.